Hello and welcome to GoaCast 2024, the official podcast of Goa Fest. I'm Ankita Pahwa, and sitting with me is RJ Anmol, who doesn't need an introduction. He's the one and only. Hi Anmol, how are you?
I'm doing good, Ankita. Thank you.
So we are celebrating adaptability this year, and it has been a recurring theme in your career. I mean, you have won hearts, so many hearts on radio. Then you moved to television, and now you are making waves in the content creation landscape. So how have you managed all these transitions so beautifully? I mean, trust me, you have done that so beautifully and so seamlessly.
Okay, so thank you for the compliment if you think I've done it well. But I have not planned anything for myself. Things just kept happening, and I'm a man of my heart. I follow my heart. If there's something which is exciting me, I follow it, irrespective of whether that's the norm or not. I did my master's in advertising. I was working with an advertising agency, and I wanted to follow radio as a career at a time when nobody was doing radio as a career. But my heart told me I would need to follow this, and I entered radio. After entering radio, I started a show called Purani Jeans at a time when people said that retro is done. Nobody plays retro on radio. But my heart said I want to play retro, and I played, and that show gave me recognition. TV offers came, some of them I didn't like them, but then the first one was sports. I just follow my heart, in short. So, मैं ज़िंदगी का साथ निभाता चला गया, हर फिक्र को धुएं में उड़ाता चला गया. That's it.
So when did you decide to conclude your journey in radio?
2 years back.
And why was that?
My heart said it. I remember I was sitting in my office room, at my home, and my radio company sent me an email saying congratulations on completing 6 years with our organization. And at that time, my social media journey had taken off. It was doing very well. I was getting excited. The ideas were coming, and radio somewhere, I was not getting new ideas. I was thinking like last 6 months that I'm kind of repeating myself. It was not exciting me that much. And on that email of congratulating me on 6 years, I told them it's time for me to move on. They asked me that, are you going to any other radio station? I said, no. I feel right now I'm done with radio.
That's amazing. So we have to end this debate, and
let me tell you, I was living the life of a king. I'm not exaggerating at all. In my radio career, I was at a stage where, in terms of money, in terms of stature, in terms of whatever you can say, awards, I was really doing very, very well for myself. But it took me this to write that email. There and then, that afternoon, everybody was sleeping at home. And I said, let's do this.
And I don't think that decision is something to be, have a regret of. So
that's what I don't want any regrets in life. That's why I do whatever my heart says. If I have conviction, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what the result be, but I'll do it. Why? Because I don't want to have a regret later on in my life that when I was at that stage where I could have gone right, I took the left turn.
So is there anything in your career that you think I could have done that differently,
No.
No?
I think whatever I did my best.
So, you evolved from, you quit radio in a day, in one night you took that decision, and then you completely evolved to a journey. You started creating content and evolved your entire industry. So what was your motivation as an artist to keep evolving and to keep experimenting with platforms from radio, television, OTT, and then...
Yeah. So if I tell you about the recent journey, the last 2.5 years, where I'm creating content for our social media, me and my wife, we own this channel called Couple of Things, where the channel talks about love. So the whole thing triggered where we did an Instagram live for the very first time. We went live together, and this was COVID times, and people were so happy to just see us together. And then the first thought was, because we had not come out with our love story, and everybody was interested in what is this love story about a radio jockey and a film actress. And we thought, let's start by putting our love story out in the open. We did 20 episodes, where every episode we took people to a spot where the moment happened. तो समझिए कि अगर अमृता मुझे मेरे रेडियो स्टेशन पे पहली बार मिली थी, तो हमने रेडियो स्टेशन में वहाँ जाके उस मोमेंट को शूट
I
किया.
saw that video.
Yeah.
I think you recently came out with that video.
Yeah,
I think a month ago, yeah.
so that really people loved that, and we said, yeah, this and social media is the new thing. It gives you freedom to create the kind of content you want to create, and we thought that yeah, let's go for it. Although at the same time, I will say this has been the most difficult journey of my life. My team here knows, and without my team, I cannot do anything. This is Radha sitting here, who's the backbone of the channel, and many more people attached to us. It's been one of the most difficult journeys of my career till now.
But we are also living in a world where attention spans of people are so short.
Yeah.
Correct. And I used to love listening to your retro Bollywood stories.
Yeah.
So in a world like today, what storytelling techniques, what
Yeah.
creative tactics do you find most effective in keeping the audience hooked, the current generation hooked?
That's a good question, Ankita, because the beauty of the social media platform is that nobody knows what works, frankly. We just had a chat with Zeenat Aman, who, when started her social media journey, did everything which was across in social media. She had long captions, she was doing no reels, but still it worked. So I asked her, what happened? How do you think it worked? She said, I don't know, it was all organic. I just followed my heart. See, that is what we can do. Trust me, at the end of it. Don't think about क्या लोगों को ये पसंद आएगा, क्या लोगों को ये, आपको क्या मज़ा आ रहा है करने में, आपको क्या क्रिएट करने में मज़ा आ रहा है, वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. अगर आपको जैसा क्रिएट कर रहे हो जिसमें आप ही को मज़ा नहीं आ रहा, समझो लोगों को आ रहा है, आप ज़्यादा टाइम तक कर ही नहीं पाओगे. लेकिन अगर आपको क्रिएट करने में बहुत मज़ा आ रहा है, कोई चीज़ आपको लग रहा है यार वाओ मज़ा आ रहा है ये बात कहने में, ये कहानी कहने में, ये चीज़ में, एंड देन यू लीव इट टू द ऑडियंस वेदर दे लाइक इट और नॉट. Radio, when I started radio, I had a different style of doing radio. I didn't know if it will click, but I was enjoying that. It clicked. Content creation also, we are doing both. We're doing long format also, we are doing 1 hour interviews also. We're doing short reels also. Recently I started this because you said Anmol Kahaniya. I started that whole format again. Longer format also, short format also. Short format is really working. Those short clips which I make. So we are continuing with that. But I'll still continue with the long format. Maybe views are not coming, but I'm enjoying telling those stories.
You're doing it for yourself, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
So we all love watching couple of things.
Thank you.
What it's about, and what are some of the next projects that in which we can see both RJ Anmol and Amrita Rao together as a couple.
So like I said, the beauty of this is that there are a lot of ideas, there are a lot of things on my mind, which we want to both execute. The next episode which you asked me, which is coming, is Kiku Sharda, who's there on Kapil Sharma's show, who plays Bachcha Yadav and who plays Sunny Singh. So he's coming up with his love story for the very first time. He and his wife. It's an exclusive interview. We have 2 more interviews lined up. Let that happen, and then one is a very famous spiritual motivational speaker, and one is a sports person. So we are planning that. So you see, what is the idea? What is the crux of couple of things? What are we doing with couple of things? We're telling love stories. Why are we telling love stories? What is the reason behind? What is that thing which is driving us? It's a very no, not just love. There are 2 things. One, me and Amrita both genuinely feel that the world needs more love to be spread.
Yeah.
Genuinely, we feel that. It's not just for the sake of saying it. A. B. Now, there are so many finance-related influencers who are telling all of us how to manage our money. Great. There are so many motivational speakers who motivate us. When we're feeling down in life, we listen to them and we feel motivated. But there's a very important pillar of our life, Ankita, which is relationships. Who's talking about relationships? There's nothing about relationship. If I fall in a relationship and there is a pitfall, what do? Who do I go to? Maximum you can go to your parents or a friend. How about we tell all love stories? Let them tell their good, bad, ugly, everything. And when you see a famous person coming out and telling you that, you know what, my wife, you're about to break up. You went through such a bad phase. But then we tackled it like this. You will feel, oh yeah, everybody goes through bad phase in their relationship. Oh yeah, I also go through this. I'm dating a girl. I'm also getting attracted to another girl. Oh, this happened to him also. It's fine. So then we open all those gates. We want to go deeper into this, so that we create a textbook for people to come and solve their relationship problems.
Tell me, what is your definition of effective adaptability as an artist? How do you see it?
As an artist?
Yeah, as an artist.
Actually, my answer will be very, I don't know, like I said, my answer is not really going towards adaptability in a positive way. I don't adapt to anything.
You follow your heart.
Yeah, frankly. So my answer will not be really. Yes, adaptability comes in a relationship. Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
If you ask me that, it comes in a relationship, it comes in a marriage. Marriage is difficult. You have to make things work together. So if there is at all any adaptability in our lives, I would say it is more towards relationship. Because in my career, I've never really, I might come across as a stubborn guy or whatever, but I don't adapt to anything. I do my way.
Okay, one last question before we end this, and I'm also trying to end a debate here, sort of.
Oh, okay.
There's a constant debate about whether radio is dead or whether radio is dead.
Radio is dead.
Dead.
Okay.
And whether advertising on radio is not relevant anymore. What's your take on this?
Is radio dead? No, it's not. Has social media affected radio? Yes. Okay. When private radio I'm talking about, started in 2003, it was a fresh medium. RJs were talking in a different way altogether, and people loved this guy talking on the radio like a friend, playing you music, surprise songs coming up. It was amazing. But then came like Spotify's and all these people. They also started giving you music, free music. So that killed one part of radio, free music. Radio is to give traffic information. Then came Google Maps. Okay? So my information is of no use to you because you can actually customize your own traffic. Another thing which was a dent on radio, this second. Now, there are two things which I feel are still with radio. One is, I'm not saying it because I am one, but a radio jockey. A friend who's talking to you and who's playing you music by surprise. The Spotifys of the world, you still have a playlist. You know which songs, you know what is coming. Radio, you still don't know what's coming next. It's surprise. And there is no radio jockey elsewhere who's relating to you like a friend. Great. Okay. So those two things are still keeping radio intact and alive. One. Now, advertising on radio. If you open the ad rates of radio, you will realize that why advertising on radio will still be there. Don't you see people still complaining? Arey, ads ke beech mein gaana play kar rahe hain.
A lot.
Yeah, gaane ke beech mein ads play kar rahe hain. Why there is so much of advertising? Because what you can do in the cost of radio, you can go and bombard on radio nationally. You will be able to maybe have 10 spots on television for that. So radio, maybe solo, not that great, but as a combination in advertising can work wonders. You have a campaign running on television, the same campaign bombarding on radio can give you a multiplier effect. A. B. Radio is a local medium, right? If I want to advertise something for Mumbai, what are the options I have? So there also radio is a winner. So I will say radio is not dead till all these 3-4 factors which I've said stay. Radio is there.
Okay, the debate has happily ended. Radio is not dead, guys. And that was RJ Anmol for you. Thank you so much.